I did something on my heart that I gotta share with you. Yeah, it's on my heart right here. No, it's actually on this side. Oh boy. Here we go. Should you try to fix your anterior pelvis tilt? That is a topic that I would really like to touch on, but I saw this meme, like, all right, give the people what they want. So I'm going to show you how you can improve your ability to control your anterior pelvis tilt. And I say control very intentionally here. Now, if you spent a ton of time trying to fix your anterior pelvis tilt, but haven't spent much time looking at your upper back, then this video is for you. It would be very hard to improve your ability to control that anterior pelvis tilt if you do not improve your ability to extend through your upper back. So one of the tests that you can do to see if your upper back is contributing to your inability to control your low back is to lay on the ground, both knees bent, feet flat on the ground. And then from here, actually before you do anything here, just see how your body naturally falls. If you find that your chin is pointing up towards the ceiling and that your shoulders are rounded, almost acting like the ground is lava, then it's a huge indicator that your upper back is stiff. Now, the other thing that you can do if you find that you're comfortably aligned to the ground is to raise both hands up and try to get the back of your palm to touch the ground overhead. If you're able to do this successfully without your low back bailing out excessively, then you're likely doing okay. However, if you lift both hands up and overhead and you get stuck halfway there, like someone left you hanging when you're trying to go for a high five, then you have a stiff thoracic spine. Honestly, your thoracic extension probably left you hanging there. But anyways, the other thing is that if you're able to get to the ground, but you need to arch your back excessively, then you have a stiff thoracic spine. Now, let me tell you why addressing your thoracic spine will be essential to improve your ability to control your lower back. And then from there, I'll give you some exercises. When you are stiff somewhere else in your body will try to make up for it by being loose somewhere else. Just like death and taxes, this is true for the average person. Actually, speaking of taxes, what I mean by this is, actually, you know what? Give me a second. What I mean by this is that when your upper spine is stiff around this region, how your body makes up for that is by having you go through that motion through other loose areas. And most often, the path of least resistance will be through the pelvis, by rolling the pelvis forward to make it seem like you were standing through the lower back. And that is why it is important to work on improving your upper back extension. So the first exercise to do to help improve your thoracic spine mobility in order to improve your ability to control your anterior pelvis tilt is to work on your thoracic extension. One way that I like to show individuals to do this is to get on their knees, prop their elbow up on something that around their hip or waist height, and then sit back into your hips like I'm demonstrating in this video. Make sure that you're not bailing into your low back. That defeats the purpose. Remember, your body will like to move through that low back so that you don't extend through the upper back. So be mindful of and get your core engaged and make sure that your back is fairly neutral. Sit back into your hips and then allow your thoracic spine to go through relative extension. After some time of this, while you're in this position, might as well stretch out the latissimus muscles, because those muscles can also get tight once your upper back starts to stiffen up. So from here, just round your entire back and you start to feel a decent stretch right underneath the armpits and along the side of your body. In this next exercise, we're going to go back to our testing position where you're on the ground, both knees are bent, and then make a note of where your low back is and try to maintain its current position. Or if you're very ambitious, you can keep your low back completely flush to the ground. Now from here, the objective is to try to get the back of your palms to touch the floor. Now, depending on how stiff your upper back is, you may see the change in your range of motion right then and there, where you see a gradual drop of your hands, because all we are doing here is allowing time and gravity to do the work. Now, if your back is really stiff, it may take some days or months, but definitely be diligent. And please use a supportive pillow or pad as necessary for your head to make sure that your head is in a neutral position when you are here. If it's tolerable for your shoulder, you can feel free to hold on to some light weight to help gravity do its job here as well. All right, the last exercise. Actually, you know what? I'll give you a bonus one, but the last of the 3 exercises that I promised is this one. Get into a kneeling position, sit back into your hips, and then have one hand on the ground and make sure that you're looking at that hand all the time as you're going through this exercise. With your free hand, rotate the palms away from you. Keep your shoulder back and down as you rotate that hand up and to point towards the ceiling. What we are doing here is fixing your low back from moving, and by keeping your head fixed at the palm that is secured on the ground, we are also fixing your cervical spine or your neck, and that will isolate your thoracic spine so that your thoracic spine has no choice but to move. Rotate within a range that is absolutely comfortable to you, and make sure that you're not going through an unbearable amount of pain or any pain at all, preferably. The bonus exercise. With the bonus exercise, you want to get it on your back in a dead bug position, so both knees and feet will be lifted and bent. Grab a resistance band. If you don't have a resistance band, you can do this well without it as well. And then just tuck your elbow back aside and go through external rotation here. Now, the key with this exercise is to train yourself not to lift the low back. And you will find that your core is working really hard to maintain this particular position. It is a great exercise to help strengthen your upper back and allow the upper back to go through thoracic or upper back extension while training your body to keep your low back where it is at. Now, this will be quite difficult to do from the beginning, so you want your knees to be right around the height of your hips. Now, the easier and easier you're finding this, the more and more you can extend your legs further and further out, if that makes sense. But the main objective is to make sure that you are not bailing into your lower back or arching your back excessively to achieve this motion. So that would be the bonus exercise. Now, there's a heart-to-heart. We have to have a heart-to-heart talk. First of all, there are a lot of other contributing factors to anterior pelvis tilt. And this video alone will not do it. It's just to help you get things moving in the right direction. If you have the means, definitely see a physical therapist. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that you have to be super mindful of the things that you're doing every day that is contributing to the stiffening of your upper back. I say this to all my clients, and I'm saying this to you as well. If you're not mindful of the things that you're doing throughout your day that is contributing to the stiffening of your upper back, it becomes very hard and very challenging to change that. So honestly, I would say that is the most important thing to do, and then complement it with any of the exercises that you find online. But also make sure that you're seeing a physical therapist, because there are other contributing factors to anterior pelvis tilt. And then there's the subject of, do you really need to try to fix it in the first place? And again, I don't want to go on and on, but I can make another video on that if you would like. On that note, I also have another video on exercises to help improve your thoracic spine. So make sure to check that out as well. It presents other ideas and other ways to improve your upper back. All right, I've gone on and on now. Bye-bye.